everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm Noelle McFoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp.
And that was Asaph. Asaph, what song was that?
That's called Little Red Riding Hood by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
Oh, nice. Oh, man, what a name. Quite a name.
Oh, that's new to me.
Yeah,
that's the name of the group.
Well,
I know that song, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, welcome to.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Hello.
audio is a little.
It's Wednesday. I know.
A little heavy on us right now.
Pretty loud. A little heavy metal this morning.
Well, welcome to Wake Up Missoula, Missoula's hyper-local morning show. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We have some city council. A new city councilman replaced the city councilwoman. Actually, I like to say mon as an M-O-N because I think of council. No, I think of councilmen as Pokemon because you got to catch them all. And anyways, I have a short video about his indoctrination into the city council swarm. A little bit later, we have Meals on Wheels here today. Mm-hmm. Colleen and Larry are going to join us in the studio in a wee bit. But first, of course, we have Noelle with events. I don't want to talk about Noelle. And a new segment with Asaph. Yeah. So stay tuned and we'll talk all about it in a bit. But we're talking about weather.
Up next, it looks like our sunny days have gone away.
Yes.
And now it's cold.
Yes. It's currently 32 degrees outside, which is nice and warm. It's not a cold time, but you can expect highs to get into the 40s today. Well, tonight it's going to dip down into the low 20s, but throughout the week it's going to stay pretty steadily between the 30s and the teens throughout the week for your highs and lows. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for that, and we have our snow report.
Nope, I forgot to pull it up.
But there's a small chance of snow going on.
There's probably a trace of snow on some little area mountains, but I mean it's been warm, but it'll snow hopefully soon. So Friday I'll be able to update you all on the snow report.
All right, so here are your trends. These are some of your trends that are going on here. Zendaya, I don't even know who that is, some famous person, and somebody said that someone made fun of her hair on a fashion police show, and then then the lady just apologized to her later on. It's kind of whatever. Moving on. Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls had surgery.
Oh, good.
Chris Kyle's killer had the final hearing today, and he was sentenced. He was found guilty. The sentencing would be later. He was found guilty.
Convicted.
So.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
So if you don't know who Chris Kyle is, he's the guy who wrote American Sniper, and his character is portrayed in the movie American Sniper by the one and only Bradley Cooper. Well, he kind of reminds me of a bunch of actors, so the one of many Bradley Coopers. But here are the trending videos that are online. This is hydrographics. They dip 3D items in water to put a design on there, and I think it looks really cool. And that's what's trending on YouTube right now. So take a look. So yeah, that's
really cool.
Take another look at that. Yeah, they did this. It was perfectly clear. They put designs on. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these been done before.
How does it work? So they do custom fiber wheel.
Yep, hydrographics. You can also do that with paint. So if you have an egg and you have different colors kind of bubbling towards one another, you just kind of can dip your egg and it kind of swarms the color around it. It makes a little cool design rather than really painting it.
And coloring it?
And, because I have zero art skills at all. It's my hand twitches when I do art. Everything else, my hand's fine and focused. But with art, it's I don't know. But of course, last trending video is something of my personal favorite and some nostalgia. It's Power Rangers. And a local, not local, but a small town director got James Vanderbeek and Katie Sackhoff to portray Power Rangers in a gritty, made for YouTube 14-minute video. So I'm going to just show you the first minute and a half Well, first minute or so, because then they start swearing after a while. It's like, this is not my Power Rangers. But yeah, at the first couple of seconds, you'll be like, what am I watching? And then you start realizing, is that Power Rangers? And this is like the 90s Power Rangers. It's pretty crazy.
Pretty legit.
So here
Most
is
legit
Power Rangers on YouTube.
When two empires declare war, neither side is innocent.
You're still a traitor, you worthless piece.
We were asked to fight an intergalactic war against an enemy we'd never met. Let's stop pretending our side stood on some moral high ground.
What do you want, Rocky?
Where's Tommy?
Tommy Oliver is a ghost. You'll never find him.
Okay, so there's a little taste of a
Whoa.
gritty Power Rangers.
Man, the Power Rangers always like fought like silly creatures, cool stuff.
It
They're
is-
having to like deal with like real life
Everything has to be gritty.
apocalyptic problems.
Everything has to be gritty all the time.
Those are not the Power Rangers I remember either.
And then Wake Up Missoula next year is gonna be all gritty. We're gonna be like intensely
Yeah.
gritty. We're gonna be like steampunk.
To be all dark, yeah.
But find out
So much
more
makeup.
about Wake Up Missoula by logging on to a website at wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula.
Oh, you just see Scott and ASAP.
Yes. As you know, that Noelle was definitely not here
On
for
Monday.
that time.
'Cause I went out of town.
You can follow us on Twitter. I'll tweet you back. Oh, I have a notification. Cool.
Oh, great.
You can like us on Facebook, and be sure to like our channel, Missoula Community Access Television, because that's where our show is broadcast from.
Mm-hmm.
And also be sure to check out MCAT.org to find all your great stuff, and you can put your video on TV in one simple step.
Yeah.
You can find out more, and MCAT's 25th anniversary is coming up. So that's happening Wednesday, April 22nd. From 4 to 8. You come on down, support MCAT and all its wonderful 25 years of providing programming for nonprofits and locals alike to put on their videos and stuff. So
Speaking of anniversaries, Wake Up Missoula's 1 year is on the 28th.
it is this week.
Yeah.
In a way.
Our 1 year anniversary is this week.
And our very first broadcast was March 3rd, 2014.
Yeah, very first live televised. We did a couple before that was just practice.
A little practice.
And our very first one was on that day of the blizzard.
The day of the blizzard.
Dun dun dun.
Which it was like
Took out a lot of
the
things.
week after the avalanche and everything. So
Yeah.
it's like we can remember it to a T exactly all that what happened because of the significance of our morning show.
Oh. But hopefully on Friday we're gonna show some videos from our very first episode.
But I do want to talk about something where you can take away from MCAT's 25 years of nostalgia,
This
and that's
is a real
wonderful
steal.
desk. Check out that desk.
Whoa.
I think it's made of wood.
Real wooden
Yes,
desk
real
with
wood. And
wood furnishing.
hey, Noelle, how much is it?
It's free.
It's a free desk.
It's a free
desk. All you have to do
desk.
is come down and take it off
Load
our
it.
hands.
Just load it.
Just
up.
take it. I don't care. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to see it in our studio
Do
anymore.
you guys see those drawers? Those drawers are made out of real wood,
Yes.
as well as the cupboards. This
Yes.
is a real wooden desk.
Oh, but be warned. Be careful. It is extremely heavy. It is really heavy.
Very heavy.
And
But
I
you can
measured
take
it.
today.
It's about 165 inches by 160 inches. So about
It's a nice corner desk.
it's a great corner desk. Let's take a look at it again.
Oh, look how nice.
And the
that
MCAT
fits in
sign
the
is
corner.
not included.
Yeah.
So-
Don't even look at that.
Don't even look at the
sign.
MCAT sign. Don't look at the MCAT sign. We'll just kind of like
Just look at the desk.
we're just kind of like block it out with
Yeah.
with like graphic or whatever. We're just like
Free desk.
free Free
That
desk.
desk is so free.
Free desk. Free desk. See,
Wow.
we're gonna block that out. See, free desk. Yeah, we're having.
You just have to pick it up at the MCAT station.
Yeah, just come on down to 500 North Higgins, Suite 105. It's right across from the Missoula Textile Services. I'm just moving my
Free desk.
free desk. I just want to like run over there and just like lay on the desk and go, hey.
He did
free desk.
early before the
I
show
did, but
started.
I have no microphone. I want to be able to hear and see myself looking good on that desk. And you too can look good on this desk too by just coming down and grabbing that desk. It's free. It is completely free. All you got to do is just log it out of here. We'll help you. We'll put it in your truck for you.
Yeah.
But then don't ever come back with that desk again.
No.
Ever.
If you don't like it, throw it away.
Ever. All right, so I'm gonna move on.
It's getting serious.
It's
We've got some guests on.
We
here.
have some guests, and they're talking about something serious. And
It's time to get professional.
so before we bring them on, we're gonna show Mayor John Yang declaring a proclamation, and here is our Mayor John Engen.
Whereas the Meals on Wheels program at Missoula Aging Services is a valuable resource to older adults in Missoula County, and whereas more than 600 homebound elders and adults with disabilities received Meals on Wheels in the last year, with more than 90,000 meals served in Missoula County, and whereas volunteer drivers for Meals on Wheels are the backbone of this program through their dedication to bring not only hot, nutritious meals to clients, but also caring concern and attention to their welfare. Pardon me. And whereas Missoula Aging Services counts on these volunteers and the support of the community to serve the growing numbers of elders who need this service in order to remain in their homes, and whereas we wish to raise awareness and support for Meals on Wheels in Missoula and surrounding areas, now therefore we, the Missoula County Board of Commissioners and the Mayor of the City of Missoula do hereby proclaim the month of March 2015 as March for Meals Month in Missoula, and invite citizens to thank the caring volunteer drivers, recognize the value of this service to homebound elders and adults with disabilities, and encourage citizens to volunteer as Meals on Wheels drivers so elders may remain in their homes. And this proclamation is signed by Commissioners Carey, Rowley, and Curtis as well.
Hey guys, we are back with Colleen Kernana and Larry. I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Kuchenruther.
Yes, Kuchenruther. So
Is that German?
Yes.
Yes. And you guys are talking about the wonderful program Meals on Wheels.
Yeah. So March is March for meals, right?
March for meals,
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. So what goes on this month?
Well, it's the month that it's a national fundraiser for the Meals on Wheels program, and we are accepting donations throughout the whole course of the month. If people are interested in making contributions to the Meals on Wheels program, they can always just go to the Missoula Aging Services website, which is missoulaagingservices.org, or call Missoula Aging with any questions, 728-7682. We also have one of the primary events is Community Champions Week, where our mayor and several of our elected officials come and they go and deliver meals, like our volunteer Larry here.
Cool. So what does it take to be a Meals on Wheels driver?
Knowing your way around town is primary, of course.
Ability to read maps.
Yeah, and enjoying meeting new people. That's probably the biggest thrill. But getting along with the other drivers, that's half the fun, is meeting the other drivers down there before Colleen shows up.
Yeah.
We have quite a jam session for about 30 minutes.
And then the
before
big
she
boss shows up,
yeah.
huh?
Then we have to buckle down.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, she's here. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. And how long have you been a driver for?
Either 3 or 4 years. I was trying to remember, and
Yeah.
it's probably been 4 years.
Wow. And you guys get coffee and little snacks before you guys
We
get
get
out?
coffee, yes.
Yeah. And sometimes we'll have extra desserts from the kitchen.
Yeah.
If they have extra, they'll share them with our drivers, which is great.
Cool.
But one of the things that's so wonderful, we have over 100 drivers like Larry. Not all like Larry. Larry's what I call one of our super subs. He can fill in on any route, no problem. And all the routes are apt to change day to day, so it's wonderful to be able to rely on our volunteers.
How many
Yeah.
constituents do you guys have?
Daily we serve about 240 people a day. In the past year we served almost 800 people, and we served over 96,000 meals to people, homebound people in our community, which is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Getting good, healthy food.
And I heard that the new city council member, Patrick Weasel Head, he also is a driver
Yes.
for Meals on Wheels.
He too is a super sub that can pick up and just go wherever he needs to go. So
How can people get involved with Meals on Wheels?
if you'd like to volunteer, you can always contact us at Missoula Aging Services. Again, the number is 728-7682, or go to our website, missoulaagingservices.org.
And here's your website right here.
Yep,
Yeah.
great.
And then when did Meals on Wheels start?
Oh gosh, Meals on Wheels in our community has been, it's been just over 20 years,
Awesome.
if I remember correctly.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really great. And then how many drivers would you have in a day?
In a day, 16 to 17. We have 16 routes, and sometimes drivers will drive together, and it's their day to volunteer, and they go and take their route and do that together. So sometimes I have single people on the routes, other times it's another group, say the Rotary Club or the Jobs Program or Opportunity Resources, the Lions Club. We have a lot of community organizations that come and they volunteer drive for us too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let's talk more about the March for Meals. What kind of events are happening during the month of March?
Well, again, there's the donation drive is going on throughout the whole month. We have our Community Champions Week. That's the 16th, the day before St. Patty's Day. And then there are a few other events going on around town throughout the month. The Kettle House is doing the Kettle House, the Community Unite.
Oh,
right?
awesome, yeah. Pint night.
That is March 4th, Wednesday, March 4th from 5 to 8. And there are some other events going on as well, but our focus is primarily on the donation drive. Every year we are looking to raise about $100,000 for the Meals on Wheels program so that we don't need to implement a wait list for people, so that we can keep those good, nutritious meals coming and having the awesome daily check-in with their volunteer drivers.
Yep. And then so other than the Meals on Wheels, you deliver meals, and then do you provide, what other services within the Meals on Wheels do you provide to the people?
Well, there's always the community check-in daily check-in with our volunteer drivers, which is a wonderful comfort to both, I think, our clients and their families.
You bet.
I think that supersedes, sometimes it not supersedes, is equally as important as providing that good nutrition.
Awesome.
So, but then in getting involved with the program as a client with Meals on Wheels, then a person has access to other programs that we offer through Missoula Aging Services, whether it's a homemaker, so having someone come in and help clean around the house, or a senior companion. We have other volunteers who they will go and visit with clients. There are all sorts of programs. And again, I just encourage everybody to go to the website. There's more information than I can talk about.
Great. So, do you have anything else you guys want to add?
Come join
I
us
think you've covered it,
All
yeah.
right, cool. So just one more time, where can people get in contact with you?
at Missoula Aging Services, missoulaagingservices.org, or call us at 728-7682.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. But when we come back, we'll have some events. But right now, we're going to show you some new programming that's happening on MCAT tonight. So check it out.
They will all speak to at least one way or another to firearms issues.
There's necessarily a tension between being a pragmatist and a realist and encouraging transparency. For any information to be taken seriously by the audience member, it has to have some sliver of truth, some grain of truth. It can't be, the idea, that. I have this here as kind of a joke, but the idea that the moon is made of cheese, right? This is just ridiculous.
Hey y'all, we're back.
Hey.
little premature, but so we're gonna start that segment with Asaph right now.
Oh, yeah.
Asaph, you've got a new segment. It's called Musical Notes.
Musical notes, okay.
What year are we gonna start with?
How about 1940 too?
Okay, so 1940. What type of music was super popular in 1940?
In the 1940s, it was known as big band music.
Okay.
And that's different than the traditional bebop jazz like Dizzy Gillespie and Miles Davis. It was more Artie Shaw, Harry James, Glenn Miller, whole list. Cab Calloway, just all kinds of folks in those years.
And do you like the big band era? Is that one of your favorites?
Well, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I like it.
And what band do you like?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I have a favorite. There's just so many to choose from.
You take
I
a
think
lot
it
of
depends.
inspiration from all sorts of different music all over the place.
Yeah, well, when I was in high school, I got to see Harry James in concert.
Oh, cool.
That was pretty cool. It was Harry James and Peggy Lee on the same program.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's awesome. What year was that?
Oh gosh, that might have been like 1974, 73, 74, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what band did you like from back then? Like that 1940.
My personal favorite was Harry James and the orchestra. Harry James and his orchestra.
Okay. And then how long was he popular?
Oh gosh, all throughout the 40s, 50s, and 60s even.
Oh wow, we got
Yeah,
span.
he kind of had a long span. A lot of the people in the big band era kind of fell over the wayside when early rock and roll music came out, but Harry James was one of the people that survived.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about jazz musicians and rock and roll musicians is that, rock musicians always burn out really quickly.
Yeah.
And jazz musicians are still alive.
Yeah.
Well, most of them are. A lot of them are still alive today. You got, I think...
Louis Armstrong, he's going strong.
Yeah, they're still playing.
No, he's long dead.
I know, I'm
They're still
kidding.
playing.
Lee Konitz is still around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Buddy Franco, we just lost him back in
Yeah.
December 2014.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he was pretty dominant, I think, in the 1940s, too.
Yeah,
I think
he was big
played
band
with
era.
Artie Shaw and all those people at that time.
But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The Marsalis family.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
they're good.
Well, they're the current
Yeah.
jazz family these days.
Yeah, they are.
I went to the Jazz Alley in Seattle when I was in college. This was like many years ago. Okay, so I was there in like 2009. Yeah, 2009.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, Scott.
Yeah, I don't know. Woo.
Old man Ramp, hating everyone he meets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One of the Marsalis brothers, he played the saxophone. He also played saxophone with Sting on one of his songs when Sting was singing Roxanne.
Did you hear that one?
I heard it. It's on YouTube. I would have pulled it up, but
I
yeah.
haven't heard it.
It's really
Nice.
funny. He plays Roxanne, and then like he's on. Yeah, but I didn't.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's cool. Cool. Is there any other musical facts from 1940 we should know that you can remember on the top of your head?
Oh, let me think. That was probably their popular music at the time. It just dominated the music world.
Yeah, the big band.
Yeah, the big band sound.
Yeah. Also, what's going on with your Lawrence Welk show?
Oh, I heard from the Dodge organization.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
They sponsored the original Lawrence Welk show in 1955, so who knows, maybe they'll sponsor my show, my new Lawrence Welk show.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, they contacted me, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, ASAP is doing a remake of the Lawrence Welk show. He's only had one pilot, but he's
Right.
also got calls from Dodge. He got a call from Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi contacted me too, so
yeah.
we'll see what's going to
And
happen.
PBS called him too.
Cool.
Yeah.
About that, yeah. It's pretty cool. All right, that was Musical Notes with ASAP.
And when we come back, we're gonna have Noelle on events.
Yep, totally.
But I have a word on the street featuring the kids of Sentinel High School, and they're talking about what your most embarrassing moment is. So here you go. Take a look.
So we were walking into a Target one time in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I used to live, and I had this great idea. You know those big pylons, those big red pylons that sit in front of the stores? I was gonna go and jump over it, like put your hands on it and then jump over it. So I tried that, and it was wet, and so my hand slipped, and I kind of just centered it right there, and all my friends were watching, hurt really bad, and it was definitely embarrassing.
I'm uncomfortable with that.
Anybody else would like to answer?
New Year's Eve 2011.
What did you do?
There we go.
Do you have to say what?
Yeah.
5th of Jack was involved.
We're not going to be allowed on TV.
No.
Most embarrassing thing. I would say high school graduation, 2010. Yeah, I'm old. I was walking up onto the stage. Didn't completely fall flat on my face, but tripped really bad. And I went to a pretty small high school, so it was like everyone knew who you were and everyone's families knew who you were. So it was like, oh, Jenny just fell. No. In recent history, the most embarrassing moment I felt recently was at a job interview where I answered a question incorrectly. I got D pants to like 6th grade, and that's not the most embarrassing thing that happened to me, but that's all I can think of right now. Superman, because he can fly.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, Bracken.
I would say Batman, just because, I don't know, he's kind of a mysterious character, and I've always looked up to him. Yeah, he's Batman. Like, he has a cool car. I want to like be a passenger in that car.
Ooh, a superhero to save me. I mean, Superman's kind of the obvious choice there. Clark Kent is a good-looking man, and he's Superman.
A superhero to save me would be Batman, to come in on his Batmobile and save me, because he's got the technology and the know-how to save almost anyone in almost any situation. Probably the like wife on The Incredibles, the like really stretchy one. Elastigirl. Yeah, I'd want Elastigirl to save me.
I would say free time, just enjoying the outdoors, enjoying life. That's definitely priceless.
I believe that traveling is priceless. Even if I have to spend a ton of money on it, I still think it makes you richer in the long run, so I would say traveling is priceless. I will travel to Italy for thousands of dollars, but in the end, you're richer in culture.
What is priceless to me is my grandmother's ring. She left it to me. It was her great aunt's. It's over 100 years old, and I would save it even if there was a fire. It'd be the first thing I'd save.
All right, there was word on the street from the kids at Sentinel High School.
Thanks, Sentinel.
Thanks, Sentinel. All right, so
you guys did that pretty last minute. That was like a Friday night.
All right, we're about halfway through our show, so
we are.
Hit it, Noelle. Go.
All right,
go,
I'll
go.
speed through these because I know we still have City Council.
City Council with the new board members.
Okay, we got Family Fun Time at Ms. Mo Gymnastics starting at 9:30 this morning. This is where it's an open gym for ages walking to 12 years of age. They have supervised and safe environment full of obstacle courses, foam pits, trampolines. You know, you can fly through the air, get crazy. It's $5 for members, $8 for non-members. Better Gymnastics has got their preschool playgroup going on at the same time. This is from 11 to noon. It's for ages walking to 5 years old. It's $8 to drop in, $12 for siblings. They have set up all these different stations, activities around the gym, and then parents and children get to choose what they want to do. And you know, they move all around. Yeah, sounds pretty sweet. Spectrum Discovery Area, that cool science station for kids. For their Discovery Bench, they have Mass and Gravity, and their Brain Lab is Synoptic Snow Globes. It's $3.50 for anyone 4 and over. If you're under 3, free. If you're under 3, you get them for free.
Okay, free 3.
Yeah. The Beanbag Toss at 11 a.m. at the Children's Museum of Missoula today. It's from 11 to noon. You can challenge your grown-up friend or your friend and throw some beanbags around. Missoula Public Library has got their middle school writers starting at 3:30 today. From 3:30 to 5 is for grades 6 through 9. And if you just need some feedback or need a little flourish to your writing or don't have anything else to do, go to the public library in the boardroom from 3:30 to 5.
Kind of reminds me of a dream I had last night. It was like the worst dream ever that I had to repeat high school. I failed math in high school, and that means I had to go to school for the whole entire day just for that one math class. And it's like, this is so pointless. It was like the worst dream ever. It's just like back in high school, it's like, this is stupid. I don't want to be here for this. And then I thought to myself, like, wait, they have night classes for like an adult learning center.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah. I had a dream last night that I was late for a shoot for Ron. I had an MCAT dream last night that I was late to film something around town. In my dream, it was like 6:28, and I was supposed to be there at 6:30, and I was like, ah!
So I put it in my dream journal and locked it forever.
Yeah. We have dream journals.
I have a dream journal. I don't know about you. Good. I'll be like, stop copying me.
Whatever.
Anyways.
Have you had any interesting dreams lately, Asaph?
No, but there's a famous song called "I Had a Craziest Dream" in the 1940s.
Nice. Yeah, play that.
That was by, I think, a singer named Helen Forrest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know how to play that particular song. I just know the song in my head.
Oh.
Okay, nice.
Had a craziest dream.
Nice. Okay, back to events. The North Side Kettle House, they've got their Community Unite Pint Night. It's each beer sold, 50 cents is donated to the organization of the night. It doesn't tell me what organization of the night was, but of course they're giving back, so it doesn't matter. And you're drinking beer. That's a good thing.
Yep.
There is a Coptic bookbinding class at 5:30 tonight at the Vesperi Book Restoration and Binding. It's 1221 Helen Avenue. So this pretty much just what it says. It's they're going to be teaching you how to bookbind. Materials will be provided. No previous bookbinding experience is necessary. Tickets are available through MCAT or on site at the Vesperi. Cash, checks, and credit cards are accepted. So go there at 5:30, 1221 Helen Avenue if you are interested in learning how to bookbind. Missoula Public Library, they've got their internet searching class starting at 6 p.m. Registration is required, but you can still register, I'm sure, as it is several hours from now. So it's an introduction to the internet, including getting connected, using a web browser, navigating web pages. You can learn out how to find information online using search engines and subject directories. So it's basic internet instruction. That'll be at 6 p.m. at the public library. Crystal Theater, they've got dinner and a movie. So they pretty much, dinner and a movie starting at 7 p.m. Crystal Theater. Tickets are $7 for the movie and can be bought at the door or in advance. Dinner is sold separately, and so you got to pay for both of them. And that is at 7 p.m. at the Crystal tonight. I'm not quite sure what movie they're gonna show.
Chef.
Oh, Chef.
Yeah.
They're showing the movie Chef.
I highly recommend this movie. It's
What's it about?
It's about a cook. He works in LA. He gets fired from his job for having an outburst against a critic, and then he has to go. He gets flown to Florida. So then he gets a food truck and he travels all the way back while with his son. It's kind of like a father bonding movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
It's really good. I highly recommend it.
Cool. Yeah, check it out, you guys, at the Crystal. So a good movie and some great dinner. You can also check out the Missoula Alpine Race League that's going on at Montana Snow Bowl starting at 7 tonight. The registration is closed, but you can watch anyway. It consists of teams of 4 people with 1 female. This runs for 8 weeks, and the finals are on March 6th, so it obviously has been running for the past 6 weeks. It's sponsored by Big Sky Brewing Company and Orange Tree Food Farm. And you can go check it out at Snow Bowl starting at 7 p.m. tonight. Sunrise Saloon, they've got their country dance lessons with instructor Kathleen Clark. So she teaches every Wednesday and Thursday at the Sunrise. Wednesday is swing and Thursday is two-step. It is only $5 at the door. Cool. Yeah. Top Hat Lounge, they've got pianist Spencer Meyer and Your Symphony Stars. This is a night of classical music. World-renowned pianist Spencer Meyer hits the top hat. And so he'll have some people from the Missoula Symphony Orchestra, Margaret Baldridge, she plays a violin, Maxine Rainey, clarinet, Susie Stipik, oboe, Alicia McLean, bassoon, and a wild 4 hands, 1 piano piece with Christopher Hahn. Yeah, so VIP, $35, cabaret, $25, bar seating / standing, $10. I wonder how they're gonna judge that one. Yeah. So that's tonight at the Tough Hat Lounge at 7:30.
Sounds good.
The Roxy Theater, they've got their volunteer orientation at 8 p.m. tonight at the Roxy. If you're interested in volunteering at the Roxy, it takes about an hour. All attendees will get an overview of volunteering at the Roxy and different shifts available that include selling tickets at the office, selling drinks and snacks and concessions, and working behind the scenes on the projectors. If you have any information, you can check out their website, roxytheater.com, I do believe. And so orientation is at 8 p.m. tonight. That's what's going on for Wednesday. Up next, I've got Thursday events. Children's Museum of Missoula, they've got family yoga tomorrow starting from 11 to 11:30. It's a yoga story, games, and poses. Missoula Public Library, this is my favorite event. This is their Read Dog, their Reading Education Assistance Dog. So if you're having a little trouble reading or don't have anyone to read to or want someone to read to, you can go to the public library between 3 and 4 on the Dragon Rug in the children's area and read to a very sweet little dog.
Cool.
Missoula Art Museum, they've got After School Art Adventure 2. Starts at 3:30. So this will be Thursdays, ages 7 to 11, 3:45 to 5:15 p.m. $50 for non-members, $45 for members, and there's no class during spring break week. And so casting thoughts for the future is the theme. And they'll be able to create plaster casts of body parts, hands, feet, and noses. And this will be the start of a larger sculpture. So that'll be at the Art Museum starting at 3:30 tomorrow. Public Library has got Lego Club every Thursday from 3:30 to 5. It's in the large meeting room. Lego and Duplo pieces are provided. You can also bring your own, and if you're under 12, you have to be accompanied by an adult. The Clay Studio Missoula, they've got their Teen Throwing Wheel 102. This starts at 3:30 tomorrow for ages 11 to 18. So this is through February 26th to March 19th, 3:30 to 5:30. It's 4 sessions. And they're going to focus on developing basic wheel throwing skills. Returning students will work on more advanced techniques. $100 per student, $5 discount for members. Class fee includes all materials and firings. Final glaze projects will be available for pickup 2 to 3 weeks after the final session. To enroll, you can contact the Clay Studio at Missoula, 543-0509, and payment is due at the full time of the registration. So that is tomorrow at 3:30. Again, you can call 543-0509. Children's Museum of Missoula, they've got their hopping corn. They're going to do a little science experiment and make corn hop, hop, hop. I'm going to see how it works. They'll be in the art room from 3:30 to 4 tomorrow. Target Range, they're doing a fundraiser at Red Robin for their PTA. Starts at 4 p.m. tomorrow at Red Robin. So you can dine there, and a percentage of your bill total will be given to the Target Range PTA. That's kind of nice. It's kind of like a pint night, but you know, food. PG pint night. The downtown drop-in wine tasting at La Grata Bella, which is located underneath the Old Post Pub at 107 West Bruce Street. This is every Thursday, starting at 5. Cost is $10 and is payable at the Old Post. There's a minimum of 4 wines and a different theme each week. University of Montana, they've got a MMAC docent tour. So they are celebrating 120 years of the Missoula, I think it's Montana, I'm not quite sure what it stands for. It's MMAC. This is the art gallery that's in the Partivy building on the university. They're celebrating 120 years. So they're highlighting Native American art. There is a tour that meets in the lobby starting at 5:30 tomorrow, so you can get a tour of all the awesome art.
Cool.
Doubletree starting at 5:30. They've got, oh shoot, I didn't have what it is. Okay, I'm gonna skip that.
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened. I don't have the title. Sorry, you guys.
But it's at 5:30. Check it out. Mystery event.
Mystery event, yeah. There is a parents' night out at Lolo Peak Brewing Company starting at 5:30 tomorrow. You can join a pint as your children are engaged in instructed arts and crafts, which is kind of funny because it's ages 5 to 15. That's like a good 10 years. How are you gonna get the 15-year-olds interested? That's what I want to know. But who knows? So
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, that'll be at Lolo Peak Brewing Company tomorrow at 5:30. And I always talk about the Treasure State Toastmasters because I just think this is a really, really cool group that they have around town. And tomorrow is their 69th anniversary of the Treasure State Toastmasters. They are going to be 6 p.m. tomorrow. They're going to be at Community Medical Center Meeting Room, 2827 Fort Missoula Road. And this is an anniversary party for the Treasure State Toastmasters. They'll also have an evening of refreshments and public speaking if anyone is interested. And I've got music for tomorrow night. There's Twiddle with Cure for the Common and Kitchen Dwellers, 9 p.m. at the Top Hat Lounge. $10 in advance for $12 the day of show. Dead Hipsters at the Badlander starting at 9 for free. Drop Cultures at Monk starting at 9, $3 cover. And Clear Grain is at the Sunrise Saloon starting at 9, no cover.
And that completes your events for Thursday.
Yep. That's what's going on today and tomorrow. As always, you can contact or you can look up more events on Missoula Community Access. MissoulaEvents.net.
Yes, Missoula Community Access Television. You can find out how you can do what we do for somebody.
Yeah.
For your mom.
I know, my brain is getting ahead of my mouth.
Yeah.
But check out the newspaper, check out MissoulaEvents.net, and check out the Independent for all your events.
But you should check out this fancy dance desk right here.
Whoa.
And you can get this desk all for the low price of logging it yourself. It's a free desk. You have to come pick it up, and you have to basically get it out of here. Just get it out of here. You have to pick it up at MCAT, 500 North Higgins. It's a free desk. Solid, been around 160 inches by 165 inches. You can't have that beat. You know, if you have a room that needs a desk, here's your desk. Solid wood. And it's a bit of history. So, it's
25
free desk is not
years,
here.
wow.
Here's the free desk. Here's the free desk. I'm not a free desk. But this is a free desk. Not the MCAT sign behind it, but the desk itself. Come up, get this desk anytime from 1 to 8, Tuesday through Friday. Call ahead and say, hey, do you still have the desk? He goes, yes, come pick it up. Is that cool?
All right, great.
And then just come down, pick it up. But that's
Get
it
that
for the desk. I have some, this is the swearing in of Councilman Patrick Weasel Head, and here is Patrick Weasel Head getting sworn in by our very own Mayor John Engen.
Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Fantastic. If you, sir, would kindly repeat after me.
Okay.
I, Patrick Weasel Head.
I, Patrick Weasel Head.
Do solemnly affirm.
Do solemnly affirm.
That I will support, protect, and defend.
I will support, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Montana.
And the Constitution of the State of Montana.
And that I will discharge the duties of my office.
And I will discharge the duties of my office.
Of City Council Ward 4.
Of City Council Ward 4.
With fidelity.
With fidelity.
I so affirm.
I so affirm.
Councilman, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. There's all that good stuff happening there.
Welcome to the City Council, Patrick Weasel Head.
And we have the whole meeting from Monday night. And to highlight it, they're going to go, this is Caitlin Koppel's very, very last meeting at the meeting as well. And this is what John Wilkins had to say about his fellow ward member and city council.
Caitlin, it's been a pleasure serving with you and working with you for Ward 4. And I know you had Ward 4 dear to your heart and a lot of the decisions that you made. And it seemed like you and I saw a lot alike. And I'm hoping the next one that comes down the pipeline will do the same. So I'm going to miss you. You're only 2 blocks away. Come on over for a beer.
All right, so that's what he had to say about Caitlin Koppel. Marilyn Marler had this to say.
We have an embarrassment of riches of people that come forward to do this kind of community service on our boards and committees, and even in the rare occasions when we have to fill a vacant seat. So all 5 of you are outstanding people, great applications. I really enjoyed every interview that we did, and so thank you. And I would say, I'm sorry that we can't appoint you all, but that would be a nightmare to have 6 people from Ward 4 on City Council. So it's going to go, we'll see what happens when we get to that part of the agenda, and thank you very much.
All right, that's what Marilyn Marler had to say. Coming up is Mike O'Haron. I haven't really used Mike O'Haron as much as
he doesn't really.
He's
pretty neutral.
Yep. So this is Mike O'Haron on the Ward 4.
The second thing is I want to say thanks and good luck in the future to Caitlin, who is my neighbor in Ward and in seating arrangements at the council tonight. I want to say thanks for initiating and advocating for some very important issues. And they have been an interesting mix, the issues have, of advocating for the LGBT community in our town and for some very specific economic development issues. And interestingly, Caitlin pointed out that having a gay-friendly community is good for the local economy. And I just want to say thanks and good luck in the future.
All right, that's awesome. What Mike O'Haron had to say about Caitlin Koppel. The next part is, let's see. Hold on. Okay, so this is Patrick Weasel Head at the meeting just before he was elected, but this is what he had to say.
Having served as the board member of Missoula Senior Citizen Center, it's amazing what those senior citizens say in those meetings to get city council to do things. And so I'm sitting there thinking about possible actions that would help the senior citizens. And I get rave support from them as well. So not only that, but when I think about the process that goes through to being on the city council, it's very important to hold those wide array of support services to make sure that you're accountable to everybody, and especially Ward 4. I've lived up in Hillview for 15 years, and I understand that process that Hillview is going through. And so I debate some of those issues that are going on. I also understand the importance of water, and I debate those things inside to the point that I think that I have to be a conscientious member of the community to give my input to the council. So with that, I appreciate having gone through the process of being interviewed, sending a letter of information to you about some issues that you want to address, and then also to...
Okay, so that's what he had to say before he was elected. And this is Colleen Kernana. She's the one who gave full support for Patrick Weasel Head.
Patrick Weasel Head. I feel like Patrick brings a unique skill set and a vastly different lens than anyone who's currently sitting on the city council, and I think that's really important. I think it's tremendously helpful to have somebody who is so knowledgeable about veterans and Native American issues, who has a demonstrated commitment to public service in our town. Patrick is well aware from the conversations that he and I have had that public ownership of water and economic development and broadband are some of the most important issues to me, and I'm confident that if and when he is appointed, that he will sign the non-disclosure agreement and get to look at the water case and see how strong the city's position is, and that the surest way to ensure that this is a waste of taxpayer money would be to quit now. So I know that's important to a lot of you, and I hope that you'll consider him when you decide to vote tonight. So.
All right. Cool. That was Colleen Koppel's recommendation for Patrick Weasel Head. And of course, after 5 times around the horn on voting, they finally decided on Patrick Weasel Head. And the last, the 3rd and 4th time around, it seemed like another person would have been appointed. It was pretty close. It was very all over the place. But moving on to the beginning of the meeting, that was just like towards the end where they're trying to appoint him, and that's the biggest news of the city council. So I'm going to go on to the next public comment, and our very own Emmett, elderly punk rocker from The Awful Truth About Society here on MCAT. He had this to say about, in his public comment, and he's talking about putting a cap on certain liquors that are low cost for some people who he claims gets hooked on it and become violent.
I hope that we are not considering removing all $5 wine. Like I said, I love my Moscato, I love port and that kind of thing. And probably a lot of retail businesses wouldn't be happy with my comments, but if we could curb some of this kind of drunkenness, such as, what is the violence caused by these very cheap liquors, the Hurricanes, the Steel Reserve. I think it won't solve everything, but in conclusion, I honestly believe that this will help the Missoula community and decrease the violence that we have. Again, this is not prohibition. I'm a drinking man myself, but anything to help, I think it would be a win-win situation for everyone. And before...
All right, so basically what happened in recent news is that the city's working on an ordinance to put certain limits on certain alcohols. Like if you're going to buy liquor, they make sure that there's not a minimum of a certain amount of length, because people always have those small liquor bottles they can buy. You get people who are panhandle on the street, you give them like $1 or so, and then they can afford, like after a couple people, they can afford these small amounts of liquor or malt liquors that. Yeah, so this ordinance would ask some business owners just to say no to some of the cheaper liquors.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with that. They did have another public comment, but I'm just going to read it. So tonight at 7:30 p.m. at the Denison Theater, we're presenting a history of rock and roll in the form of the First Amendment history of America. So you can check that out at the Denison Theater tonight at 7:30 p.m. And you can check out all the events at the university by going on umt.edu, probably /events.
Yeah, my journalism teachers are pretty harping on this freedom
Because
thing.
it's through the journalism department. It's the 100 years of journalism.
Yep. Half of them make fun of it, and the other half want us to go.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
And then moving on, the comments made about the consent agenda was on a $45,000 art project with George Ybarra, which Dr. Scrim was a little concerned about the crowd. So this is somebody who's talking about the $45,000 for this art project. And, it's the artist who is awarded the art in Silver Park. But this is what he had to say.
Usually an artist really doesn't make very much per hour on these things, and sometimes it's ridiculously small, but the artist does it because he wants to have something that will outlast him on display in the city, and oftentimes does it very cheaply. And it just doesn't seem fair that you would ask an artist to squeeze some pennies out of him. That really does belong in the people who are asking for the project. They should probably do the reclaiming, not the artist. Thank you.
Yep. So basically, he's kind of mentioning about like so much money being put into this as well for an art project. But of course, it's for the Silver Park. They're doing a lot of work, and it's not just for the art project, as Marilyn Marler explains.
Includes just smoothing out the soil so that the grass or whatever else needs to go there later is not part of the artist contract. It was not landscaping, etc. was not part of the artist bid, so it would substantially take away from what he was paid for the project. And I discussed this with him, and there's going to be some heavy equipment on the site anyway when they're doing the installation, so this was acceptable and clear.
Yep. So of course, most of the motions and claims were approved. On the consent agenda, all the claims, the recommended motion for the checks dated back to February 17, 2015, which total $500,000 about. And then there was another claim for $75,000 checks claims from February 24th, 2015. The water acquisition, there was another for amount of $108,000 for checks for February 24th, 2015. And then there's then they approved the first step resource for forensic nurses. So this is going to be a 24-hour service for on-call nurses to be there for women who are victims of sexual assault.
Yep.
Cool. So moving on to the next thing, every couple of years or so, there's a ward change. There's a ward boundary change because
is there?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So this is between Ward 1 and Ward 2 are redoing their boundaries by keeping an eye on the ever-growing Missoula, Montana, and they check every 2 years. Cool. This is Casey Wilson. She is GIS with Planner Development Services. She talks about the different options for the new ward boundaries for the current future growth adaptation. So here.
2015. It's estimated that Missoula has a population of 70,836. So that would come out to an average population of 11,806 people for each ward. Plus or minus 3%, you're talking about a maximum of 12,160 people or a minimum of 11,452. And we derive these numbers from census with building permits of new construction on top of them. So this is where our, this map before you is the city limits. And the 6 wards, the little running people are the ward representatives. And Ward 1 and 2 up north of the river are the 2 that are out of alignment, with Ward 1 being low and Ward 2 being high. These limits were, just to say, these were created in 2011. In 2013, ward populations were still in alignment, so no action was taken.
Okay, so yeah, that's basically it about what's going on with that. And she proposed 2 options, but she favored B over A. And this is kind of what the ward map would look like as a result. So if we just take a look at it right now. So this is the existing non-aligned. This is non-changed. And I'm going to let her explain option A, then option B. And yeah, we'll just go take a look right at it right now.
taking place. This is zoomed in on the boundary between Ward 1 and Ward 2. Right now that boundary runs on the railroad tracks. And then just some more background, the little X you see over there is where the Poverello was, and then it moved over into Ward 2, along with the 221 people that listed as their home for registered being a voter, or counted by the census, excuse me. So that was existing. This is scenario A. This brings in some 750 people from Ward 2 to Ward 1. It's a little bit oddly shaped. So what I'm calling is scenario B preferred, which is takes about 650 people from Ward 2 to Ward 1. The new boundary would go along Toole Avenue until it hits Broadway and then hits Russell and down. And this is really the preferred scenario. It's a regular shape and seems to, and then puts it back into alignment.
Okay, so that's basically it. And of course, the motion B was passed because, you know, it works out fairly well. They asked some questions about the differentials between how many more people would be in the property. And of course, there'd be about, in Ward 1, there'd probably be about another 300 so people in there. Also, Jordan Hess, who's in Ward 2, who just got the Poverello Center, moved to his ward, now loses it to Ward 1 once again. And originally Poverello Center was in Ward 1, so it kind of, I guess it works out in the end. It's still in Ward 1. But of course, the motion passed. And the committee reports, October 2016, they did mention about the Russell Bridge. So they talked about the Russell Bridge only in like committee reports. Jason Weiner said that they're going to be talking about development, blah blah blah, all that sorts of stuff happening, and that's all going to be happening in 2016 by soon after actually doing the bridge replacement and construction on Russell Bridge. If you guys haven't already drove over it, I know that Lori says that she refuses to drive over.
Really?
It's been there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the lobbyist report for the city council. They talk about one bill, and it's House Bill 297, and Jordan Hess wants the city to change it from the watch list to the support list, clarifying that texting and driving laws. And of course, this is Jordan Hess as he explains the bill.
It's been watered down to prohibit reading, sending, or writing written communications, which is still a very important safety issue. I think it helps to clarify some of the enforcement issues that we've had with our own ordinance regarding the out-of-town contingent or new students or so on that might claim that they don't understand or they don't know about our regulation prohibiting the use of cell phones while driving. It's an alarming trend. It's something that we need to get a handle on, and I think that this is a good step in the right direction. And most importantly, the legislation does not prohibit municipalities or other jurisdictions from creating a more restrictive ordinance.
All right, so that was pretty much it. The House Bill 297 was up for discussion. So, yeah.
Cool.
And that's it for City Council. We have a new City Council member. He is replacing Caitlin Koppel in Ward 4. Patrick Weasel Head, Councilman Patrick Weasel Head. But yeah, that's it for my stuff. Do we have anything else? We have about a minute and a half left in our show, so I want to do one more time about plugging. You can log on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula to find out more about our shows and watch fun, amazing videos from past episodes. You can follow us on Twitter. I'll tweet you back. Like us on Facebook, and be sure to like MCAT, Missoula Community Access Television, on Facebook. And then you can also find out more information about MCAT by logging on to MCAT.org and putting your program on MCAT. So if you've created a program, or we can help you create a program. And of course, orientation is in 2 weeks. Yep. So if you want more information, and if you want to appear on the show to talk about your event or your cause that's coming up, you can call us at 542-6228, or you can email us at mcat@mcat.org. All right, so for Wake Up Missoula, I am Scott Ramp.
I'm Noelle McFoy. We'll see you Friday, everyone.
And take that desk.
Yeah.